everything scary. I'm GMHaunts, and today I am back with part 2 of the Spirit Halloween 2020 Animatronic Wars. I am back with part 2 of the Spirit Halloween Animatronic Wars for 2020. Now we are going to do that right side of the bracket. If you haven't already, make sure you check out part 1 because you missed out on a couple things. So go check that out and then watch this one. Or finish this and then watch part 1, whatever you want to do. But today we are going to finish the bracket. We're going to crown what in my opinion is the best Spirit Halloween 2020 prop. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so as you can see, this is how I ended part 1. I showed you guys that it was going to be Crouchy going against the Hauntress, and again, this is how we are going to start that right side of the bracket. So, Hauntress and Crouchy are just amazing props, both of them. I love them both. I think they're both very unique. I love the design on both of them. The Hauntress, again, brand new for this year. Crouchy is returning from last year. Both of these guys are in the Reaper's Island theme, but I love them both. I love my clown animatronics. You guys should know that by now. I own a bunch of them, and I love clowns. So that, obviously, I would love Crouchy. I love that he's 7 feet. Love that face design, and his head is gigantic. Love the gigantic, elongated fingers, and that classic red and black clown outfit. Hauntress also has an awesome motion, that side pop-out motion that we've never seen on an animatronic before, and I just love that. She's very uniquely designed. I love that she has that face, and she's kind of, her arms are kind of in like that weird pose. She has that tattered clothing. Both of these are awesome props, but again, love my clowns. I love Crouchy, so I'm going to have to go with him. So we're going to pick Crouchy over Hauntress. Next up, we have 2 brand new animatronics for 2020. Red and Black Shoving Spider, which I know most of you would argue it's not brand new. It's just a new color. But I really love the Red and Black Shoving Spider. It's my favorite variant of all of the ones that they've come out with. It's my favorite color out of the brown, the black. I think they even had some other colors, I believe. There was a gray also. And this is my favorite one. I love that red and black coloring on the kind of fur that's there. Twisted Tina is also very cool prop. The only thing is she's static, meaning she doesn't have any movement, so that's kind of disappointing. I would have loved to see her do something. She's very similar to the Possessed Wall Hanger from 2014, I believe. I like the outfit she has. I really like the face sculpt and that gray kind of old lady-like hair. And I love that you can pose her. One of the coolest things about her is that you can hang her on a wall and pose her. And I really love that. But yeah, I just would have wished she could have had either LED eyes, moving mouth, even just dialogue without moving mouth. That would have been cool. But instead we just had that kind of static with the blue dress. She's not super scary to me. I don't really understand the idea that she's like scary because she has a kind of generic looking face. The sculpt looks realistic, but it's not very scary. So I'm going to have to go with the Red and Black Jumping Spider just because he's my favorite variant out of all of them and I really like him. Next up we have, oh, this is a tough one. We have Spirit Halloween, the 2020 Nightcrawler, and also the 2020 Puncture Pete. So these are actually 2 themes competing against each other. Obviously, Nightcrawler from the Jack's Cave back theme, Puncture Pete from the front theme, Reaper's Island. I don't really love Nightcrawler, to be honest. I know he's like a fan favorite for this year, and that people really liked him, but I'm not a gigantic fan of him. I think he's kind of weirdly designed. I don't really like him. The mouth is interesting. I wish the eyes could have had more detail. LCD eyes would have been kind of interesting for an animal/human monster creature. I do like the detail on the hands, those kind of pointy fingers with the black fingernails, and the tattered clothing, just like the Hauntress. The face does have a lot of detail. My only thing with him is that he's gonna break instantly, just because of that motion of the popping up head. I have a feeling he's gonna break like almost the second you get him, so I don't think he's gonna last, and I also don't like the design. Puncture Pete, though, I really do like. I liked him when he was leaked, and then when he was released, I didn't like him as much, but I still think he's very unique. I love that he's a constant motion, so if you have a haunted house, even if you don't, he'll just keep running forever without any step pads or activation. I don't love the yellow glowing eyes, but I've mentioned I'm kind of getting tired of yellow glowing eyes. I do love the design of the kind of stick into his chest, and that motion is very realistic. It looks like how someone would swing back and forth if a stick was in them, a stick in their chest. It does have a little bit of blood on the jacket. I love the detail on the face. It looks very zombie-like. A lot of detail of kind of scabs and marks. And I really like that he's on his knees. We don't see a lot of animatronics that are on the knees or kind of low, so I really like that. So, for Nightcrawler against Puncture Pete, I'm going to have to go with Puncture Pete. Next up, we have Miserable Marie against the Butcher. So again, themes competing against each other. We have Miserable Marie, who is from the back Jack's Cave theme, and the Butcher, who is from the front Reaper's Island theme. So I mentioned multiple times on this channel that I absolutely love the Butcher. I think he's one of the most unique props that we've ever gotten from Spirit Halloween. I love the design. I love that he has a pig head. I love that he's kind of a serial killer. I know people will say he's kind of a pig monster, but I love that he's a serial killer that's kind of in a pig mask. I love that blood. I love that he's holding the cleaver. We don't see a lot of edgy animatronics from Spirit Halloween. A lot of times they like to play it safe. They want to have a family-friendly atmosphere. But this one, they kind of went with that more edgy look. I own Burlap Horror, who is very similar to him, and originally I was planning on getting the Butcher until I wanted to get Peekaboo Clown. But I still love the Butcher. I think he's one of the coolest props we've ever seen from Spirit. I love the pig squealing, the side-to-side motion. He's awesome, and I really don't think it's going to break because he doesn't have that much motion. So much detail on him, and I really love him. Miserable Marie is also a very cool prop. If you actually read the descriptions of Puncture Pete and Miserable Marie, they're actually husband and wife. Spirit mentions them as, so that's a cool little backstory. I like her. I really like the motion. The motion's very similar to Twitching Banshee, and I really like Twitching Banshee as well. And I just like the design of Miserable Marie. When we saw her in the teaser, I believed that she was a brand new or Flashback Friday of Nino Gramps. Turns out she's not. She is a completely unique idea. I love that she kind of has those stains all over the outfit, vomit-like stains, or whatever, like food-like stains all over. I really like the face sculpt on it, and that her mouth kind of flutters open and closed when she is activated. And I really like those kind of long skeleton hands. The white hair is awesome as well. This is just a very cool prop overall. And I think she was only 170. Now I forgot. 170 or 180, which is a pretty good price for her, especially with a 20% off. You can get her for a pretty good price. So I like her as well. One of those, she has very disturbing noises, very similar to Miss Mercy. And by the way, just Miss Mercy isn't on here because she's not in stores. Like the flagship didn't have her in stores because she's not supposed to be. So if you were gonna say that, so yeah, I really like Miserable Marie. I love the disturbing noises. I love that motion, but at the same time, I love the dialogue and the voice of the Butcher, and I also love that. So I'm going to have to pick. I'm gonna have to pick the Butcher. I love the Butcher so much, and I'm gonna have to pick him. Next up, we have a clown round, actually. Clowning around kind of round, if you can understand my drift. So we have Uncle Charlie, the Flashback Friday, Uncle Charlie going against the Return from last year, the Pennywise, both in the same theme. Both of these guys are in the front Reaper's Island theme, and both are amazing props. I know Pennywise has kind of controversy around him because he breaks very easily, which I definitely understand because he does. That violent motion of the kind of going up, it makes him break. The balloon also doesn't always look good. Stores don't always inflate it well, so it kind of looks crappy a lot of times. But I still love him. I think he really looks very identical. Again, I love the movie. The movie is pretty good. And that it looks very identical to it. There's a lot of detail on the hair and the outfit, and you can kind of see those dust lines and the red puffballs. Everything is very well designed on that Pennywise, but at the same time, I love that they brought back Uncle Charlie. I think everyone loves that, and I really like how the Uncle Charlie came out. I think, again, like I mentioned in my ranking animatronic video, that it was perfect. It didn't get the original owners upset, but it also kept the people who wanted to buy him happy. So it was just a perfect combination. And I love Uncle Charlie. I got to see him in person. If you watch my Spirit store walkthrough for this year, I got to see him in person. And let me tell you, he is much cooler in person than he is on the video. He's pretty big. He's a decent size. The voice is awesome. He has a great speaker. And both these animatronics are awesome. But if I had to pick one, I'm going to have to go with Uncle Charlie just because I love him so much. So Uncle Charlie advances forward. Next up, we have, again, Crouchy going against that red and black jumping spider. So this is a pretty easy one. Although I love the red and black jumping spider, Crouchy is much cooler. So I'm going to have to go against him. It's not even really a debate. Next up, we have Puncture Pete going against the Butcher. So guys, we are getting very close to get that, to crowning, the, in my opinion, what is the best Spirit Halloween 2020 prop. We're almost to that last one. As you know, Harvester of Souls won in the last video. It won part 1, and it is waiting for the opponent of part 2. So again, I love both of these props. I think they're both very unique. And I love that Spirit was giving us so many unique animatronics for this year. And these are two of the most unique things. Puncture Pete, obviously sitting on his knees. We don't see a lot of those. I love the constant motion. The motion's very realistic. I love the noises. The Butcher, though, is very unique. I love that he's a kind of serial killer. I love the pig squeals. I really love him. He's another one of my favorites. But again, if I had to pick, I'm going to have to go with the Butcher just because I love him so much. I love the squealing. He's such a unique one. And I don't like Puncture Pete as much, so I'm going to have to pick the Butcher. So Butcher advances one forward. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have Crouchy going against the Butcher. So this is actually a very tough one. I mentioned Crouchy, the 7-foot-tall clown from last year. I love Crouchy. I love that he has a gigantic head. He's just crouching over. I love the elongated hands with the black fingernails. I also love the Butcher. It's a really tough one, actually, thinking about it. This is a really tough one. Alright, I think I've made a decision. This is a tough one, but I have reached a decision on who I would want to get. So everyone knows I love the clowns. Everyone knows I love the Butcher. So I'm going to have to go with Crouchy. If I got to pick one, I would have to say Crouchy just because I love the clowns. I love that he's 7 feet tall. I love his size. I love the laughing noises he has. I love the side-to-side motion. I love the mech. Awesome prop. And although I love the Butcher is one of my favorites of this year, Crouchy isn't one of my favorites of this year. But if I had to pick just a total, I would like Crouchy more. So congratulations to Crouchy, he advances. So now, I think this is the last pick until the end. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is our second to last pick. Again, another clown round. We have Crouchy going against Uncle Charlie. So Crouchy, returning from last year in the Reaper's Island theme. Uncle Charlie, brand new for this year. He's also in the Reaper's Island theme. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. If I had to pick one of these two, I would probably have to pick, drum roll please, Uncle Charlie. Just because Uncle Charlie is so cool. I love that they brought him back. So I'm gonna have to pick the Uncle Charlie. I love him. I really love him. So I'm gonna have to pick Uncle Charlie. And ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have all been waiting for, the last pick in my Spirit Halloween Animatronic Wars for 2020. The first annual Animatronic Wars is almost over. Our last pick, the Harvester of Souls going up against Uncle Charlie. Both of these ended up being brand new animatronics for 2020, and we actually got competing themes. Of course, Harvester of Souls in the Jack's Cave, and Uncle Charlie in Reaper's Island. Both of these are absolutely amazing and unique props. I love that they brought back Uncle Charlie, and I also love Harvester of Souls. But if I had to pick one, ladies and gentlemen, my last pick, this will crown who I believe is the best prop of Spirit Halloween 2020. This is the last one. Before I pick, I want to thank everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Spirit Halloween Animatronic Wars for 2020. This is the first annual, and it is already coming to an end. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to pick. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. Harvester of Souls. So, I'm going to pick Harvester of Souls just because I love him so very much. I think he is one of the most unique animatronics that we've ever seen, and I love him. Even though I'm probably not going to buy him this year just because he's a little pricey, I do believe that he's the best prop of the year. I love him so much. I think he's so unique. I love the mech. I think he's just such a cool prop, and yet he just is a little pricey. But I love the green smoke. It's an awesome prop. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for tuning in to Spirit Halloween Animatronic Wars for 2020. The first annual Animatronic Wars has come to an end, but I do believe it was an awesome series, even though it was 2 parts. So I really had fun doing this. If you guys want me to do another bracket fights bracket with other things, let me know, and I will do it for a future video. That is going to wrap up the Spirit Halloween Animatronic Wars for 2020. So let's cut to the outro. So it's going to wrap up Spirit Halloween Animatronic Wars for 2020. Let me know in the comment down below. Do you want me to do another bracket? Do you want me to do maybe best animatronics, best clowns? Let me know. Give me some ideas for more brackets to do in future videos because I really like doing it. It was fun to design. It was really fun playing. So let me know if you have any ideas for more brackets. Let me know in the comment down below. As always, remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Hit the notification bell to get a notification right when I drop my videos. You're not going to want to miss them. And remember, as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I'll see you guys later for more Halloween 2020 news and updates. Goodbye.